Hi, I'm Gerald, and today we're going to demonstrate how to install Ubuntu Desktop as a virtual machine using VirtualBox software. Ubuntu Desktop is going to be the second workstation that we install for this project. We can see Ubuntu Desktop here on our network map, and that it will be assigned a static IP address of 192.168.200.11. The first step of the installation process is to set up a new virtual machine, and we can do that by going up here on the VirtualBox Manager and clicking on New for New Virtual Machine. First step is to name the virtual machine, and we can name it Ubuntu Desktop. And the type is Linux and version is Ubuntu 64, since we have a 64-bit ISO file. Now it's wanting to know the memory size of our virtual machine, and it's suggesting 1 gigabyte for the recommended memory size, so we can leave it at that for now. Click Next. And now it wants to know if we want to create a virtual hard disk now, and we do, so we can click Create to create that file. The hard disk file type, we can leave VirtualBox disk image selected and just click Next. Now it wants to know if we want a dynamically allocated or fixed size disk. We can leave it at dynamically allocated and click Next. Now it wants to verify file location and size. For the size, we can actually increase this to 18 gigabytes since we have a dynamically allocated disk, and just click Create. Okay, now we need to adjust the settings, so we make sure Ubuntu Desktop is selected and click on Settings, and we can go to Network, make sure Adapter 1 is enabled, and select Internal Network, and then select pfSense as our LAN, and we can go to Storage, select the optical drive so we can attach our ISO file, and go here to choose virtual optical disk file, and we've already downloaded the Ubuntu Desktop ISO, so we can find it, select it, and click Open. Now we can just click OK here, and next we just need to start the virtual machine. Okay, now it wants us to select a language, so we can leave it at English over here. And it also wants to know if we want to try Ubuntu Linux or install Ubuntu Linux Desktop. So we can just click Install Ubuntu to install Ubuntu Desktop. Now it gives us options to download updates while installing Ubuntu, and to install third-party software for graphics and Wi-Fi hardware, Flash, MP3, and other media. For this demonstration, we can just leave those unchecked and click Continue. Now it's telling us that this computer currently has no detected operating system. What would you like to do? And we want to erase the disk and install Ubuntu. It also gives us options to encrypt the new Ubuntu installation and also use LVM with our installation, and we can either check those or leave those unchecked depending on your needs, and just click Install Now. Now it's wanting us to verify everything and click Continue to write changes to disk. Now it's wanting us to select our time zone. It looks like it's automatically selected New York, which is correct, and we can just click Continue. Okay, now it's asking about keyboard layout, and we do want English US, so we can just click continue. Okay, now it wants us to enter information for our first user. So I'll just enter my name here. And the computer name, I can just call it Ubuntu Linux or Ubuntu Desktop. And for my username, I'll use my first initial and last name. And here we can just enter a password. And they match. And now it's asking if we want to log in automatically or require a password to log in. It's probably recommended to require a password to log in, but since this is a virtual machine in a lab environment, I'll just leave login automatically checked. We can also encrypt my home folder if I want, and just click continue. And now it looks like it's installing the files for Ubuntu Desktop. Okay, now it's telling us the installation is complete and that we need to restart the computer in order to use the new installation. So we can just click restart now. And we can go up here to devices, optical drive, just to make sure the ISO has been removed. And we can click enter to verify. Okay, now that it looks like everything is loading up here, we can set our static IP address. So to do that, we just go to System Settings and click on Network and select the network setting that we want to change, which is wired, and then click Options. And we want to change the IP version 4 settings. In method, we can change that to manual and just click add to add an IP address, and we can just type in 192.168.200.11 and press enter. Our subnet mask is a 24-bit subnet mask, so we can leave it at 24 and press enter. And our gateway is 192.168.200.1 and press enter for that. And it looks like everything is good. Our DNS server is our default gateway, so we'll enter 192.168.200.1. We can leave search domains blank and just click save. And now we can see that we have an IP address of 192.168.200.110 that we got from DHCP when we loaded it up. We want to recycle our network so that it will use the static IP. So we can just turn this off and then back on, and we can see that it did pull the static IP address information. Next thing we want to do is test connectivity, and to do that we can go search a computer and type in terminal to locate the terminal application and open it. Now we can use the ping utility to ping our default gateway. And it looks like that's working great. And now we can ping our default gateway on WAN. it looks like that's working fine. And we can also ping Google. It looks like that's working also. So we can just close the terminal and open Firefox and see if we can load up Google's website, just to verify that everything's working great. And we can just type in Google's website here and press enter. And it looks like everything looks good. So this will complete the installation and setup of Ubuntu Desktop as a virtual machine in VirtualBox.